He said it raised its hand and a blue beam came out. Not a gun, not a device, just its hand. He said men dropped instantly, internal organs destroyed, no blood, no warning. That is how Phil Schneider described the moment 66 Americans allegedly died underground. And once you hear what he said he saw standing in front of him, it becomes clear why he never stopped looking over his shoulder. This is what Phil Schneider claimed happened, calmly, carefully, and exactly as he described it. Because whether his story is believed or not, these are details that are not casually invented. Phil Schneider said he was a geologist working on classified deep underground military construction projects for the United States government. Not rumors, not speculation. He claimed he was physically there. According to him, in 1979, he was sent to assist with drilling beneath New Mexico as part of a massive underground base project. He said this was not public infrastructure, not tunnels or shelters, but something far deeper, miles underground. According to Schneider, something went wrong. The drill broke through into a natural cavern, massive, hollow, and already occupied. He later told audiences they were never supposed to break into that area, and then he said something that stayed with everyone who heard it. What came out of the darkness was not human. Schneider said the beings were what people commonly call the Greys. He was very clear about that. He described them as roughly 4 feet tall, with thin, almost fragile bodies, large bulbous heads, gray skin, no hair, and large black almond-shaped eyes with minimal facial features. He emphasized one unsettling detail again and again. They looked weak, but they were not. He claimed one of them stepped forward. There was no warning, no communication, no attempt at contact. According to Schneider, it simply raised its arm. He said a blue beam came straight out of its hand. Not a gun, not a tool, no visible device at all, just its hand. Schneider said the beam was energy-based, that it caused instant internal damage, destroying tissue and organs, and leaving little external injury. He explained that it didn't burn like fire, that it did something else entirely. According to him, men dropped almost immediately. He later claimed this same weapon severely injured him, damaging nerves, tissue, and internal organs. Years later, during public lectures, he showed missing fingers, scars on his chest, and long-term medical damage, insisting repeatedly that the beam came from its hand. Schneider said U.S. military personnel opened fire, but according to him, conventional weapons were ineffective. Chaos followed. He claimed the engagement was fast and devastating. His words were blunt. They wiped out our men in seconds. When it was over, Schneider said 66 Americans were dead. Not injured, not missing, dead. And the part that disturbed people most was what came next. He said those men were never officially acknowledged. No reports, no public records, no explanations to families. He believed they were erased. Schneider insisted this was not first contact. He said the government already knew something was down there, and that security teams were present for a reason. According to him, this was not discovery. It was a breach of territory. He later stated plainly that the government had known about them for a long time. As Schneider continued speaking publicly in the early 1990s, his tone changed. He said people involved in similar projects were dying. Car accidents, sudden illnesses, deaths ruled as suicides. He warned audiences that the people who talk don't live very long. He believed he was being watched, followed, and slowly silenced. In 1996, Phil Schneider was found dead. The official ruling was suicide. The cause listed was strangulation using a catheter tube. Supporters questioned this immediately. Authorities did not reopen the case. And just like that, the story stopped being investigated. The official position from the government has always been simple. There is no evidence of an underground firefight, no aliens, no advanced energy weapon, no confirmed casualties, and no verification of Schneider's claims. In short, it never happened. But Schneider addressed that before he died. He said they didn't have to prove him wrong, they only had to make him sound crazy. That is why this story refuses to disappear. This is not about proving aliens exist, it's about secrecy. Deep underground military bases do exist. That much is confirmed. What remains unknown is how deep they go, what they contain, and why certain claims are dismissed instead of examined. Schneider believed the truth was not hidden because people couldn't handle it. He said it was hidden because of who would be blamed. There is no verified proof that Phil Schneider's encounter happened exactly as he described, and that matters. But there is also no transparent explanation for his work, his access, his injuries, or the silence that followed. And silence creates questions. Whether Phil Schneider was telling the truth, exaggerating, or misunderstood something he experienced may never be fully known. But one thing is undeniable. He went public, he stayed consistent, and he paid a price. If stories like this feel unsettling, that's because history shows the most dangerous stories are not always the ones that are false. They are the ones no one wants fully examined. For more dark investigations where official denial collides with unresolved evidence, stay here, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the truth doesn't disappear just because it's buried.